ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शुक्ल यजुर्वेदीय ईशावास्य उपनिषद 9th पेज भाष्य मीन्स वट एवर इज द पेज नंबर इन योर बुक। नहि त्यक्तो मृतः पुत्रो वा भृत्यो वा आत्मसंबंधितायाः अभावात् आत्मानं पालयति अतस्त्यागेन इति अयमेव वेदार्थः। In Shruti, the word is tena tyaktena bhunjithaha. So Bhashyakar says tyaktena should be understood as tyagena. Why? He is explaining. Tyaktaha putraha bhrutyaha or mrutaha putraha bhrutyaha cannot be of any use as far as protection is concerned. If I need protection, who will protect me? Alive son who is alive can protect me. Sevak who is alive can protect me. Dead one cannot. In the same way, tyakta, what is already given up, cannot protect me. So if you say tyaktena, tena tyaktena bhunjitaha, that tena means that jagat, by the renounced jagat you cannot seek protection. By renunciation you can seek protection. So it is not tyaktena, it is tyagena. Meaning is that when you renounce something, then you are protecting yourself by renouncing. So that is what he said. Now you see the line. Nahi tyakto mritaha putro. त्यक्तपुत्र मृतः पुत्र वा भृत्यः भृत्यः सेवकः आत्मसंबंधितायाः अभावात्। When something is tyakta, it is not related to me anymore. If I give up something, then it is not atmasambandhi. If it is not atmasambandhi, how will it do my palanam? Bhunjithaha means palayathaha. How will it protect me? It cannot protect once it is given up. Because once it is given up, it is gone. So how should I seek protection? Through tyaga. Not by tyakta vastu, by tyaga. By renunciation. So tena tyaktena bhunjithaha means tena tyagena bhunjithaha. Bhunjithaha means palayathaha. You do palanam. You protect yourself by renunciation. This is the Vedartha. So now what should I understand by this sentence? If I want this buddhi to be protected, that Ishavasyam idam sarvam. All this is nothing but I Brahma, by which all this should be protected. If this buddhi I want to cultivate, then I should do renunciation. If this buddhi I want to protect, I should do renunciation. This is the meaning. By this buddhi you protect, by this renunciation you protect yourself. Means you protect this wisdom. So when I do renunciation, then this buddhi will remain. Now you see in Tika. This point is explained in Tika. Tyagena atma rakshitah syat. By tyaga, atma is protected, rakshitah syat. Nishkriya atma swarupa avasthan anukulatvat tyagasya ityartha. By tyaga, atma will be protected. Tyagena atma rakshitah syat. You see why tyagena atma will be protected? So he says, because atma is nishkriya. Nishkriya means actionless. Atma doesn't have kriya, actionless. To remain in that actionless nishkriya atma swarupa avasthana, tyaga is anukula for that. Renunciation is conducive for nishkriya atma avasthanam, means to abide in aham brahmasmi. Sannyasa is anukula. You know, I will tell you, all those people who say, why sannyasa this, that, they themselves will agree that if they are in the world, in karma, they are so busy, aham brahmasmi buddhi does not remain. Therefore, the right thing to do is renounce. They all will agree. They will give example. Look at Janak Maharaj. Isn't he very busy? He does everything, etc., etc. Thing is, if I am involved in karma, my brahmakara buddhi does not remain. True or not? And karma will keep me busy. All those involvements. Every week I have to attend some or the other wedding. I am going here, going there, doing this. What is the use? It is preventing me from Brahma Vidya. So, that is not good. People will say whatever just to justify that there is no need of sannyasa. They themselves will feel. Sannyasa means eshana traya tyaga, not changing clothes. Changing clothes and again entertaining putreshna, vitteshna, lokeshna is not sannyasa. Sannyasa meaning was also explained earlier. Eshana traya tyaga. So if I have lot of eshanas, then even if I am wearing orange clothes, geru, and nice rudraksha malas and whatever I have, eshanas will keep me busy. Brahmasmi buddhi will not happen. Now you see in the next line, even more things are clarified. Sannyasinaha. What should sannyasi do? Sharira sandharana upayukta कौपीन आच्छादन भिक्षा अशनादि व्यतिरिक्ते अपि कथंचित द्रव्य परिग्रहे रागश्चेत प्राप्नोति तन्निरोधे यत्नः कर्तव्यः. For a sannyasi, this much is allowed. Sharira sandharana means he has to protect his body. Upayukta, and for that associated with that is kaupina, means some clothes, achadana, whatever vastra is needed, bhiksha, ashana, bhiksha, ashana, eating, etc. And some like snanam, gamana, gamanam, some vihara. Other than that, आदि व्यतिरिक्ते अपि इफ एट ऑल कथंचित द्रव्य परिग्रहे रागश्चेत प्राप्नोति. कथंचित द्रव्य परिग्रह मीन्स एनीथिंग दैट इज दिस फोन इज गुड, आई थिंक इट विल बी हेल्पफुल, इवन दैट ही शुड नॉट हैव. मीन्स हाउ स्ट्रिक्ट दे वर. कथंचित द्रव्य परिग्रहे, इफ ही गेट्स राग, तन निरोधे यत्न कर्तव्य है. फॉर इवन दैट मच राग शुड नॉट कम. Sometimes people just buy these, that for us, thinking that, it will be good for Swamiji. He will be using it for some reason. But for a sannyasi who thinks in this way, why should I gather more things? Some things which are there, see now she is seeing in my room how many things are there already. So it is true. At least don't have raga with whatever things you have, wherever you are, in whichever ashrama, and try not to accumulate things. If something comes, try to get rid of some things. Or don't gather things. And that's why the other Swamiji I was telling, small room is good, because in small room how many things you can keep? You can't have more things. You yourself will have to go out if more things come in. And second thing is, if students come in room, they also need area to sit. So you have to keep everything empty. You cannot have stuff everywhere. So that will force you to keep minimum things. 7 number टिप्पणी. कथंचित द्रव्य परिग्रह, कथंचित प्राच्य वासनया कुसंगादिना वा इत्यर्थः. द्रव्य परिग्रह either because of previous vasana. 7 number टिप्पणी will be on kathanchit shabda. On the kathanchit shabda, whatever टिप्पणी is there, that one. So either purva vasana, that this person, he wants to gather things, or kusanga. Kusanga in the form of gathering money, etc. That I want more money in this way. So grahasthas, if they accumulate money, is different. If a sannyasi associates too much with grahasthas, then in his buddhi also this will start happening. I should have more money, I should have more money, I should have. All these grahasthas go by car. I also should have a car. Such thoughts start coming, and there is no end to this samsara. You first start with, I should have a small kutia. Sannyasi, others to chodo. This thought is enough. Then you start. Now, what is the small idea? Small is 20 by 20 is small, or few thousand. Somebody was telling me yesterday, some organization purchased 22,000 square meters of land in America. 22 or some number, 1,000 square meter of land. Very good. Somebody will purchase 25. So you say, we have to expand. For organization, that is the right thing, because that is the sign of growth and activity. People see that. If you want funds, you have to say, see, we have project, give funds. See, we have land, give funds. We have construction, this, that. As an individual sannyasi, it is not good for you. This is kusanga according to acharyas. तन्निरोधे यत्नः कर्तव्यः तस्य प्रधान विरोधित्वात् इति अभिप्रेत्य नियम विधिम आह. This gathering dravya, any material, whether it is wealth or other objects, is opposite to your mukhya sadhana. What is pradhana? You see 8 number. Pradhanam iti. Pradhanam pragukta bhavana vichar anyatarat. Either bhavana, aham brahmasmi bhavana, or vichara, inquiry, mananam. This is my pradhana sadhana. Gathering dravya and maintaining it is against aham brahmasmi vichara. I will be preoccupied by those other things. अभी ये बैंक में इतना अकाउंट है और उसमें ये है, यहाँ से ट्रांसफ़र मनी टू दैट, एंड देयर इज़ नो एंड. एंड देन यू इफ़ यू हैव 2-3 trusts, so here now money surplus is there, you move money from here to there. They will have to do accounting here, you move money from here to there. Keep doing all that. There is no end. So, anyatarat, this is pradhanam. Either aham brahmasmi bhavana is pradhana, or vichara for aham brahmasmi is pradhanam. तस्य प्रधानत्वं तु शरीर यात्रा उपयुक्त कर्तव्य अंतरापेक्षम, कर्तव्यांतर अपेक्षम. That is शरीर यात्रा उपयुक्त कर्तव्य. कर्तव्यांतर means that pradhana is different from शरीर यात्रा उपयुक्त कर्तव्य. Kartavyantar means is a different karma. Whatever else I do, it should not oppose my aham brahmasmi vichara. Now you see, first time when somebody studies Ishavasya, this is a far-fetched idea for them. They don't have any clue of what is going on. So when you study repeatedly, then slowly these samskaras become stronger. Then you realize, why did I choose this path? The whole idea was to remain in Brahmasmi Vichara. Instead of that, other things have started, then other things, then there is no end. And once you start, I will tell you, this is funny, but if people don't realize this, they get caught up. How? I'll give example. Let us say somebody comes to me, says, Swamiji, if you build a kutia, a small ashram, Swamiji, small, just small ashram for yourself, I will give you 1 crore. No, 1 crore means your eyes, 1 crore is good. But you know, in 1 crore you will not get anything. You say 1 crore is good. I need 10 to 12 crores for a big ashram. Big means small. So now that 1 crore is like a carrot. If you don't go for project, your own kutia ashram, you will lose 1 crore. It was never yours, okay? You think it is mine. If I don't start project, I will lose that money. So to satisfy that fellow, you will take 1 crore and now you are stuck. Now you have to raise another 10, 11, 12, whatever. That person promised only this much. This is what happens normally with any project. They will say we will give you something, and you think, oh, let's start with 4 crore estimate, 1 crore somebody will give. That your 4 crore estimate is going to become 10, and that person's 1 crore will come slowly. By then your whole time and life is only in this. Either se udhar, that's all. Why? Because now you want other money. And every person who gives you money, now you have to satisfy that person. This is the other truth of life. Now if that person says, I am going to come and meet you at 1:30 in the afternoon, and you say that time is my sleep time, forget sleep. Why? Because that person is coming who is giving you money, so you will stay awake. And then that person says, at 1:30 they will call, we are on our way, we are coming. Now you cannot say, I could have already slept and woken up. 1:30, 1:45, bas, aap jaagte raho. All this is, see, when they say samsara means this is samsara. Samsara doesn't mean anything else. You wanted to get rid of bandhana, this is new bandhana. Certain things you can't avoid, like kshut pipasa, hunger and thirst you can't avoid, that is one bandhana. Old age you cannot avoid, disease you cannot avoid, it is part of prarabdha. But what you can avoid is dependence on other things. That's why tyage naike amrutatvam. Here it is said, tena tyaktena bhunjita. You protect yourself with this. Now what is niyama vidhi? That is said here in 9th tippani. राग अभाव पक्ष एव प्राप्तस्य पक्षे प्राप्तस्य गर्धाभावस्य नियामकम विधिम इत्यर्थः. This next shloka you should memorize. तदुक्तम विधिरत्यन्तमप्राप्तौ नियमः पाक्षिके सति तत्र चान्यत्र च प्राप्तौ परिसंख्येति गीयते. Sorry, 9 number टिप्पणी 9. तमप्राप्तौ नियमः प्राक्षिके सति. So there are 3 vidhis. One is vidhi. Vidhi means apurva vidhi. When they say vidhi, vidhi atyantam apraptau means apurva vidhi is atyantam apraptau. Niyama vidhi pakshike sati. Pakshike praptau niyama vidhi. तत्र च अन्यत्र च अप्राप्तौ. तत्र च अन्यत्र च तत्र च अन्यत्र च प्राप्तौ. No, तत्र च अन्यत्र च अप्राप्तौ it should be. What in your book प्राप्तौ? तत्र च अन्यत्र च परिसंख्येति गीयते. So third vidhi is called Parisankhya vidhi. So there are 3 vidhis. Apurva vidhi, Niyama vidhi and Parisankhya vidhi. ठीक है. तत्र च अन्यत्र च प्राप्तौ परिसंख्येति गीयते. So what is apurva vidhi? Something about which if you don't know how to do, vidhi vakya will say you do this way. For example, how to go to Swarga. So do we know of any method how to go to Swarga? We don't know. So Vedas will say do yaga and you can go to Swarga. So this is called apurva vidhi. Na purva iti apurva. What is not otherwise known. In that regard, any vakya will become injunction. Because I don't have any other means to know. Somebody gives, it is a vidhi. Niyama vidhi is where there are two options. Paksha, either A or B. When I have two options, Niyama vidhi will say you do A. This is called Niyama vidhi. Parisankhya vidhi means when you have two options and they will say don't do B. This is called Parisankhya vidhi. They have examples for this. For example, we are given two hands, right? Left and right. So they will say, don't do puja with left hand. Don't do any shubha karya with left hand. This is Parisankhya vidhi. So what should not be done? That nisheda is called Parisankhyanam. And Niyama vidhi is when they say you do something. Like when they say dharmam chara is Niyama vidhi. You should do dharma. But when they say satyam vada is Parisankhya vidhi. Satyam vada means asatyam ma vada. Everywhere you don't have to go and say they have said satyam vada, so I will go on saying satyam. Just don't speak untruth. This is satyam vada. So in satyam vada is Parisankhya vidhi. And in dharmam chara, you can use niyama vidhi. I have to do dharma. Means I have option for both dharma also and adharma also. So they will not say only don't do adharma. They will positively say do dharma. Okay. This much is clear? I mean, there will be technicalities. We are discussing only simple examples. In Vedas, things are not this straightforward. That's why there is a shloka and 3 vidhis are discussed. But this much, if at least basic idea, we should have. Why this niyama is there? This niyama is for Ma gridha kasya sviddhanam. Niyam vidhi is, see, in Bhashya. Evam tyaktaishanastvam. Tyaktaishanaha tvam. In this way, the one, you, who have given up all desires. Eshanas, tyaktaishanaha. Tyaktaishanaha. Tyakta eshana yena. Saha tyaktaishanaha. The one by whom eshanas are given up is called tyakta eshanaha. Tvam magridaha. This is the niyama vidhi. This is an injunction given. Gridhim means akanksham. Ma karshihi. Dhana vishayam. Don't have gridhi. Gridhi means greed regarding dhanam. Grid dhatu is there, from there only. Magridaha. So don't have such desires for wealth. Why? Kasya swit dhanam. Kasya swit. Kasyachit parasya swasya va dhanam. Ma kangshihi ityartha. Kasya swit means of anybody. Anybody else is also dhanam. You don't have desire for that wealth. For your own wealth also don't have any desire. Means understand, it is not mine. In the second meaning, that is how it is taken. So, I should not have any akanksha for that wealth. Means I should not depend upon that wealth. I should depend upon aham brahmasmi vichara. If this buddhi is there, I am protected. If lot of wealth is there is no guarantee for protection. Actually, there is no protection. No matter how much wealth I have, no matter how much anything I have, if Brahma buddhi is not there, I am insecure. I am subject to burning. So, kasyachit parasya swasya va dhanam ma kangshihi ityartha. Swit iti anarthako nipataha. Kasya swit is given. Swit is the nipata. Tika. Swit iti nipatasya सामान्यार्थत्वे अपि कस्य स्वित् इति वितर्कार्थत्वम् अन्यत्र प्रसिद्धम् तद इह न गृह्यते इति अनर्थकम् इति उक्तम्. स्वित् शब्द is used in some other meaning, so that is given here. Swit iti nipatasya, there is samanya arthatve api. Samanya artha is swit is nipata. But somewhere, kasya swit, in this way, vitarka artha. Vitarka means, is it in this way? Whose is it? Is it wealth that you should greed for? You should have greed for in this way. Kasya swit iti vitarkarthatvam anyatra prasiddham tad iha na grihyate. That in that meaning it is not taken. Therefore anarthakam, anarthako nipataha. This is one meaning. Or he gives now in bhashya athava. Magridaha, don't have greed. Magridaha, full stop. Kasmat, why should I not have greed for wealth? Kasya swit dhanam. Akshepartha. Kasya swit dhanam iti akshepartho na kasyachit dhanam asti yad gridyata. Actually, wealth doesn't belong to anybody, any one of us. Because we came here, we may say, I am here, this is my wealth, this is my wealth. And when they go, what do they take? Nothing. Alexander, even he left, he said, keep my hands outside so that people see that I am not taking anything with me. no matter how much land I have conquered. कस्य स्वित् धनम, कस्य स्वित् धनम इति आक्षेपार्थः. So kasya swit is aksheparthe. See, one is prashnarthe, another is aksheparthe. Like for example, whose wealth is it means, no, we are not asking, give the name of the person, it is Rama or Chaitra or Devadatta. Whose wealth means, it doesn't belong to anybody. Kiska hai? Kisi ka nahi. Nobody will take it from here. Kings have come, gone. Dynasties have come, gone. Everything is there. Kasya swit dhanam iti akshepartha na kasyachit dhanam asti. Wealth doesn't belong to anybody. Yad gridhyeta, for which you should have gridhi. So, 2 lines are there in Tika and 1 sentence in Bhashya. We will see tomorrow. This much vairagya is actually expected from the students of Upanishads. This is what they had in mind. So we are not there. That's why gradually we have to prepare ourselves. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti